Alright guys, so it's been a little while since I've been on the tube, but I figured it's a nice day, may as well show you guys how to go about with the version 2 of these gates and flags. It's probably cheaper than the first rendition. It's definitely easier, less bulky, and more manageable. So let's get into it. This white stuff, this is called house wrap. You can get it at pretty much any big box hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, any place like that. They come in like probably 50 to 100 foot rolls. I'm not sure how wide, maybe 3 or 4 foot. But what I did was, if I remember right, I cut them like a foot length like this, folded it in half, and then folded that in half again. And then what I did was I sewed that where the fold was. So as you can see, it's folded over a couple times, and then I sewed along the edge there, and it makes a nice pocket. And with that pocket, you can stick, for example, a 6-foot driveway marker in it, and I put that duct tape up there because when I put a zip tie around it, that house wrap isn't going to move. So, let's say you want to stick that marker in there. What you do, as you can see, I've got a zip tie there. I got a zip tie. Ooh, that zip tie actually broke. And then I got a zip tie up here. So typically I'd have 3 zip ties in there, but I guess I broke that one when I hit it. But all I did was I took a soldering iron, just poked it through to melt it, and then put a zip tie around it, and that keeps it nice and secure. And as you can see, the drones really rip these things up, and these little pieces get caught in your motors and stuff, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get them off, but it's really not that big of a deal. And for the gates, it's the same thing. I did the exact same folding thing and sewing, except they're longer. This is a 10-foot PEX pipe, so if I had to guess, I made those 8 foot. And this is a 6-foot driveway marker, so that's probably 5 foot. But it's the same pocket, it's the same thing, it's just a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, based on whatever you have. So I did the same thing with the zip ties. I took a soldering iron and put a hole through it, and then attached a zip tie. I've got 5 zip ties total on this. And this piping within this house wrap is called PEX pipe. They typically use it for water and stuff, hot water, cold water, heating floors and other applications. But I think it's cheaper than PVC pipe, and they come in 10-foot lengths. And this is a 10-foot PEX pipe. You could use PVC, you could use a stick, you can use anything. I like to use the PVC because it's cheap and it flexes quite well. And the driveway markers are a little bit expensive, but they're fiberglass and they bend real nice, they're never going to break. So the second best part about these new gates is how to install them. So, let's put that back. So you can see I've drilled a hole at a bit of an angle. It doesn't go through the other side, it's just on this one side. So all you have to do is take your stake. These are driveway markers that I've cut up. You probably only, if you did do that, you would only need like a foot or so. But you could use any kind of stake, it doesn't matter. You could use a stick even. A stick will probably break, so I'd get something metal or fiberglass. And you just stick it in like that, and it goes into the ground. Just like that. So I'll show you how that works. So let's say I want to set it up right here. All I'll do is I'll shove my first stick in. Go grab my second stick. And then what I do is I get my length about right. I don't really have a proper length. I just kind of guess. And I'll kind of bend it like this as I put it in. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but yeah, just stick it in there like that. Oh, there we go. You got yourself a nice looking gate. Look at that. So easy. So easy. You hit it, it just does that. You just bounce off and you're good to go. It's so simple. So yeah, this is version 2. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'm sure I'll be able to get back to them pretty quick. Yeah, have fun racing.